From KGW News, this is a special edition. The Good Stuff.
We have more time to spend time as a family.
Yeah, more time with the fam could really be the best silver lining of this pandemic. Hey, welcome everybody to The Good Stuff on this Monday, the day when you really need the good stuff. I'm Maggie Vespa, and a lot of people have been working at home for 4 months now, and it's brought about big changes in all of our routines. So our own Joan Ranieri takes a look at some of our shifting priorities in that schedule.
Routine. It's something some of us do without even thinking about it. A morning coffee, maybe a morning walk or run. There is no doubt, though, many of our routines have changed since the pandemic.
It's all about two folds, what you get and what you see somewhere else. So it gives a little bit of more perspective.
One thing Mauricio Macias and his family have been getting a lot of over the last few months, family time.
We have more time to spend time as a family, preparing breakfast and, having those small, easy chats with the kids.
That's what a lot of people have been getting, more family time that a lot of people have been embracing. Viewer David said this on our Facebook page: "I now work from home and get morning hugs from my 2 daughters who were asleep when I normally left for work." Lynn David wrote, "I have tried to keep everything the same, up at the same time, shower, dress for work, have breakfast. The only real difference is my commute is much shorter." Sally Williams said this: "I'm retired. Before COVID-19, I used to enjoy going to early morning water aerobic classes, missing the pool and my water exercise. The dog loves it and I do too, but I still miss interacting with my friends." Not seeing friends has been especially tough on kids.
It's been kind of weird just doing school at home, especially since I can't see my friends.
Starting your day the same every day is actually a good thing, according to Dr. Doreen Dodgen-McGee.
When times are really kind of topsy-turvy, we have less personal agency over the choices that we get to make.
She says having a morning schedule is the one thing we can control, especially right now.
I think the morning is really important. The morning is important because it sets the tone for the day, and it also really establishes what we're going to tend to throughout the day.
A tone and a way of life we're all trying to get through right now.
Routine is comforting, so it's just the new normal.
That's very true. That was Joe Ranieri reporting. And by the way, we want to know, what has your family been doing with more time together? You can share a photo on Facebook or text a photo to 523-226. 5088. You can see Ashley Corsland there making the pitch for us. We'll all take a look at some of your responses coming up later on in the show. We've sure had a change in our weather routine, 100%. Temperatures in the 90s and 100s the past couple of days have us looking for some relief. And with that in mind, a local shelter is helping out people who live on the street. The Blanchett House in downtown Portland is collecting reusable water bottles, and they're filling them up and giving them out today and tomorrow to keep people who are living on the streets of Portland hydrated.
Everything's locked down. They can't go indoors anywhere. The city can't open up cooling shelters because of social distancing requirements. There's not a lot of shade in Old Town, and there's not a lot of access to water. So if we don't hand out water on this side of Old Town, there aren't a lot of opportunities for the people out here to stay hydrated in this heat.
Yeah, that is an awesome goal that they have, and they've started collecting water bottles in the spring, but they're already running low. So to donate, visit blanchethouse.org. Well, a bakery in Southeast Portland is also offering to help with some free meals. That is huge. Christelle Kumwe checks out their sweet deed.
Times have changed now, and our mission has stayed the same.
Justine Flaherty and Kenrick Craver bought Sugar Street Bakery in fall 2019 with a mission to serve their community.
Now it's Black-owned, female-owned, and we're really proud. We're really proud of what we're creating through the people that are on our team.
The couple revamped the menu and formed the team in line with the mission.
We're really remaining focused on being a business serving with intention.
Sugar Street offers cakes, cupcakes, and other sweets, as well as breakfast and lunch items. The couple was still basking in the joy of owning their own business when Ken, who is also a doctor at Providence, got a glimpse of what was to come with COVID-19.
I was seeing cases like this already in February. We would test people for pneumonia, it would be negative, and we'd test them for flu A and B, it would be negative. But when it finally did hit, Justin and I sat down and I said, this is like real.
The couple, worried about paying bills and keeping the bakery open, shifted their focus.
let's give back to the community as much as we can, and we'll work hard to keep our bakery open, but let's give back to the community.
Sugar Street started offering free lunches for kids in March when schools closed. They saw a high turnout and decided to expand the offer to families.
And we would notice families that kids were in school and themselves that lost their jobs come in, and the joy that we had from that far exceeded monetary value.
Sugar Street has so far given out about 2,500 free meals since March. As far as who's eligible, Ken and Justine say if you want a lunch, you'll get one.
So far, we don't feel like we've been taken advantage of, but we really feel that God has been good to us and we want to give back.
Staying true to their mission, the couple will continue providing free meals. As long as they see a need, they'll be there with some sweet support.
That's awesome. That was Christelle Kumwe reporting. And by the way, Sugar Street Bakery is on Southeast Water Avenue. And if you want to pick up some treats, you can place an order in person or by calling in. And now I'm hungry. So that's great. Well, by the way, you can't go to the pool this summer, or at least a lot of us can't. So how about boating instead? There's a new club to get you out on the water. We'll tell you about it. First, though, we asked you what your family is doing with more time together, and we're getting some responses. Living on the trampoline. I'm so jealous. Camping, Brooks out camping, and that fire is awesome. You can text us a photo, send us some more stuff. The number is 503-226-5088. Again, we already have a few sent in, so here's some more as we head to our first break. Hey, welcome back, guys. This is The Good Stuff here on KGW. Here's something good. The Oregon Humane Society has gone virtual to find animals new homes. More than 130 cats and kittens arrived in the last week, so heads up, hopeful adopters. They came from shelters with limited services because of the pandemic. Shelters are actually seeing, we're told, an uptick in incoming kittens.
Typically, this is kitten season each year anyway, but one of the things that's unique this year is there was a pause on spay-neuter surgeries when elective surgeries were put on hold during April. And so anecdotally, not having that spay-neuter taking place around the state, you would expect that there would be extra litters of kittens being born. We've certainly seen that with some of the clients who have called us wanting help with litters of kittens.
All right, interesting. So the Oregon Humane Society is still closed, but you can adopt. It's by appointment only. You can see the animals available at OregonHumane.org/adopt. So check out their website. Well, a lot of summer events are virtual, just like adopting, but one century-old tradition did go on in person, and that's a visit by the Rose Festival Court. Check this out.
If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you.
Wow, they sound really good. The 2020 Princess is performing in front of Portland's iconic White House, and they also took a tour of the bed and breakfast with safety in mind. You can see they wore face shields and they all kept their distance.
I've really been appreciative of all of the places that we've been allowed to visit and all the people that have worked really hard to ensure that we are able to go there and have as much of a Rose Festival, Rose Court experience as possible.
Also, can I just note, it is shocking how good the acoustics are inside those face shields. That's really nice. Okay, so Portland's White House was just one stop. They also visited Pittock Mansion, and it looks like they had a great time. We're happy for them. All right, here's a great way to beat the heat, heading out on the water. That's a live, gorgeous look at the Willamette, which looks pretty inviting. So Nina Melhoff checks out a club getting more popular during the pandemic.
Pools are closed, summer camps not happening, most vacations canceled. It's why local kayak, boat, and paddleboard rentals are through the roof right now. Here's a rundown of some options. Alder Creek Kayak, Cascadia Sup and Surf, Portland Kayak Company, Next Adventure in Sandy, and Jansen Fuel Depot. All these places say you need to get reservations well in advance. But if you really want the wind through your hair and a full day on the water,
there's like nobody out there. It's very peaceful.
The water's getting a little bit warmer too, which is nice.
These friends have opted for one of Portland's newest offerings. Freedom Boat Club. It's a membership service where you reserve any one of 5 types of boats at their dock on Hayden Island, from sport fishing to pontoon to ski boat, anytime you want, as often as you want. You get on, play, get off, and drive away. They do everything else.
It's nice to not have to worry about towing it or storing it, not having to deal with cleaning it or keeping up with maintenance, just having to deal with any of the hard things that come with owning your own boat.
Coronavirus has changed everything, but being on the water, it's easy to physically distance and be active outside close to home. Freedom Boat Club is an international franchise. A membership means you can seamlessly rent a boat at 230 of their locations in the U.S., Canada, and France. It came to Portland last year, initially with 10 local members, and now has over 25, with a number of them joining during the pandemic.
We have members that are retired. We have members that have young kids. We have everybody from what we call never-evers, never been behind the helm. We have also members that have been lifetime boaters, and they know the expense of boating, and they just want to wash their hands of it and just come on down and jump on our fleet.
It's less hassle and way less money than buying, storing, and owning your own boat. But this is not for everyone. The one-time initiation fee is about $4,000, plus a monthly fee around $350, and you pay for the gas you use each time. Don't write it off just yet. Freedom Boat Club does let you split that cost of a membership with up to 3 other families or individuals. You just can have only 1 boat out per membership per day.
But I do believe that COVID-19 is starting to get people off their phones a little bit more and try and figure out what's real important, like things like family, getting together. And I think that, Freedom Boat Club and being out on the river in general is just the best way to go. I mean, you can't get much more socially distant than having a bunch of water around you.
That's a good point. That was Nina Melhoff reporting. And by the way, if you want to head out on the water, you can find more details about the Freedom Boating Club and other water sport rentals at kgw.com. Well, still ahead tonight on The Good Stuff, baseball is back, you might have heard, and even though you can't be there in person, which is such a bummer, you can still spot yourself on TV at a Mariners game. We'll tell you how. First, though, more photos of family fun. That is a super cute cat. You can text 1 to 503-226-5088. Making mask chains to sell, creative and crafty together. That's really sweet. Here's a few as we head to break. Welcome back, y'all. So the Seattle Mariners get creative with their fan experience. Look how happy that guy is. It's called Seat Fleet, and they're filling the stands with cardboard cutouts. Each one costs $30, and a portion is donated to groups who are supporting COVID relief. If a ball hits your cutout during the home game, A, it's not painful, and B, the team sends it to you.
Just another way we've adapted during COVID-19. Honestly, we've seen everything from folks that you would recognize from television, some celebrities. We've seen a lot of healthcare workers that are being honored and supported. We've seen lots of pets, lots of dogs, lots of everybody. It's been super cool.
I would love it so much if it was an entire stadium of dogs. That would be great. You can get one at MLB.com/Mariners, and the Mariners host Oakland for their home opener July 31st. So you can be there, sort of. All right, if not for coronavirus, we would be watching the Olympics right now. And, athletes, though, are still training for 2021, so they're keeping their eye on the prize. Oregon track star Raven Rogers is back in the Northwest. She moved from Philadelphia to Portland, and she has a new coach. Rogers won't have an Olympic memory this year, of course, but she's one of 5 ducks featured on the new Hayward Tower in Eugene.
Seeing it in person, my first reaction was like, it's so big. It's so big because it's literally, it was so big that I was walking, there was trees covering, but I could still see my picture through the trees. So when I saw it, I was completely amazed and at complete awe. And then just processing that, it was me.
That is really cool. So Rogers won silver in the 800 meters at the World Championships last year. She'll focus on that distance and on relays, we're told, for the next Olympics. So good luck to her and way to stay strong in this crazy interim. So what brings you joy these days? How you're keeping it positive? You tell us when we come back. Hey guys, welcome back. So you might have noticed here on The Good Stuff, we're all about highlighting the silver linings because frankly in 2020 we all need that. So photojournalist Ken McCormick set out to find out basically what brings you joy.
What's bringing me joy right now, being outside, definitely. Talking with family and friends who I wouldn't normally reach out to is bringing me joy.
Where am I finding joy? Honestly, in the kids.
Just being able to spend more time with my family.
My grandkids bring me joy. Although I don't get to see them as much with what's going on, but they bring me joy.
Family is bringing me joy these days. I'd say the same for me.
Friends, family, music. It's all bringing me joy these days.
Honestly, what's bringing me joy these days, it is pretty crazy, but I guess it's just like outside, being able to just breathe in fresh air. Get it some vitamin D in the sun.
The simple things, you know, sunshine, being out with my girl, simple things.
Yeah, I just ride my bike and stay away from everybody, and that's what I do, so.
And that brings you joy?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
Random acts of kindness, just loving people. When people do that, it just lightens my world and makes me feel a lot better and makes me feel like the world's not coming to an end, you know?
Getting out and about. We get out and we call it a stroll and a roll. It's not the material things, it's not cars and houses, but it's relationships and people in my life.
And showing kindness. I think that's the biggest thing, is showing kindness nowadays. So that's what's bringing me joy.
Something that's bringing me joy is helping people.
I am a social worker at a homeless shelter, and I also am a social worker at a nonprofit property management, and that is what brings me joy. I love my work.
Just being out and about with my wife today and just getting some ice cream and enjoying the weather.
And then when we come home, you know, just doing things that help us unwind, playing video games and just watching Netflix and chilling.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with that last couple for sure. Ice cream and Netflix sounds really good. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to keep sharing the good stuff. Send us an email to thegoodstuff@kgw.com. You can see it kind of on the bottom right there. You can also text stories, photos, videos, all of the above to 503-226-5088. And we want to leave you with some more Facebook responses. We asked you during the show about how your family is spending time together, installing a new bay window, building rolling garden carts that have made a major home remodel. Oh my goodness, that was really aggressive. Mount Bachelor zip tour. You guys have the best ideas and they're really cool. So you to send them in and let's keep highlighting the good stuff here on KGW. Have a great night, guys.